Hello everyone, welcome back to the Tomato Blues Kitchen. Today we are going to look at a beginner friendly recipe. This video will show you how to grind millet based idli and dosa batter using a wet grinder. I have an 5 liter capacity LG Ultra wet grinder, and today I am going to show you all how to grind idli dosa batter using millets in the same grinder. You can use the same procedure to grind regular rice based idli dosa batter too. Today for this recipe I have used barnyard millet, that is Kudravali, but the same recipe will work with kodo millet and little millet, that is Varagu and Samai Arisi also. So now come on, let's get started making our idli and dosa batter using millet in our wet grinder. To begin with, let us first soak the dal, millet and rice for this recipe. I have taken 1 cup whole white urad dal. To this, I'll be adding 2 teaspoons of fenugreek seeds. Now, fenugreek seeds are very important in giving you good quality idli and dosa. This is what will help you ferment your batter very well. The next step is to add the millet and rice. Today we are going to add 3 cups of barnyard millet along with 2 cups of idli rice. We are going to soak the urad dal and methi together and the rice and millet together. Now to 3 cups of barnyard millet, like I said, we are going to add 2 cups of idli rice, which is also called as ukda chawal in Hindi, or sometimes it is called as vellakar arisi in Tamil. The next step in our idli and dosa batter using millet would be to wash the rice and dal thoroughly. Now this is very important because it helps to get rid of all the impurities and it also improves the color of your idli and dosa. Normally, I prefer doing this under running water in a sink. I'm just showing you all how to do the washing process using your hands thoroughly. Now let's shift this to a sink and let's wash our millet and rice mixture first multiple number of times. The key is to get clear water through which you can see the millet and rice clearly. If you can see, that is done. The next step is to wash our dal and methi just like how we did with our millet and rice. Wash it multiple number of times till the water is clear and you can see the dal through the water clearly. Once this washing process is done, let us soak our urad dal and methi in about 5 to 6 cups of water and our millet and rice in about 8 to 10 cups of water for 8 hours. After 8 hours, this is how it looks. The rice and dal are soaked completely. The millet is also soaked. And now the dal looks just like this, all plumped up, soft, and the methi has also plumped up after 8 hours. I have drained the water completely after soaking the urad dal. Make sure that you drain this water fully, otherwise there will be a weird smell to your batter. Now, let us begin grinding our batter. The first step would be to grind the urad dal and methi. It is always better to grind the dal and the rice separately because the grinding time reduces and the results are also better. Now if you can see, I am using my hands to drain all the dal and methi from the water. Now once you have added all the dal and methi to the grinder, we are going to grind this particular dal and methi in short bursts. That is, we are going to grind it in an interval of 5 to 6 minutes. The total time taken for grinding urad dal and methi mixture would be about 20 minutes depending upon the age and the quality of your urad dal. I have used organic white urad dal to grind my batter today, but you can use any good quality urad dal to get good results. Now let us begin grinding our urad dal. Like I said, this is a 20-minute process. We are going to stop every now and then and keep adding water in intervals. To begin with, let us add half a cup of water and grind the urad dal for 5 minutes. I have a timer option in my grinder, so this is very convenient. Please use a kitchen timer if you do not have this option in your wet grinder. Now let us begin grinding. Water content for good quality idlis and nice crisp golden dosas are very important. So do not use less water while grinding. And like I said, while grinding this for 5 minutes, I am going to open this grinder while it is on in between to check if my stone is moving properly and the urad dal is getting ground. If you can see, the stone is moving very well and the urad dal is also getting ground. Now let us close it back and let us continue to grind for the remaining time. This is how it looks after 5 to 7 minutes of grinding. Now scrape down the sides, making sure that the urad dal and the methi sticking to the sides are into the center of the grinder. Once you do this, we are going to add our next batch of water, which is again going to be in intervals of half a cup to 1 cup. To begin with, I am adding half a cup here. Do not get confused with my measuring cup. I have used quarter cup for better understanding for myself. Now close this and again continue to grind this for about 5 to 7 minutes again. Now this is how it looks after 14 minutes of grinding. Again, scrape down the sides and let us add another half a cup of water. You can go up to 3/4 of a cup water. If you're a beginner grinding your dosa batter in a wet grinder, please use measuring cups for best results. This is how it looks after 7 minutes. Our urad dal is ground to a perfect consistency. It looks similar to butter. Now let us do a consistency test. Drop a blob of the batter into a bowl of cold water. It should float without disintegrating. Can you see? It doesn't break apart. So this is the correct stage. Now remove all your urad dal batter to a bowl, and next step is to grind the millet and rice. Like I said before, let us drain the water used for soaking completely, and let us add 1 cup of leftover cooled cooked rice. You need not wash your grinder while adding the millet, rice and leftover cooked rice. Now to add all this along with 3/4 cup of fresh water, and we are going to cover this and grind it for 3 minutes. This is to avoid splattering. So once this ground for 3 minutes, let's open it and let us add our next quantity of water. I'm going to add 3/4 of a cup of water, and we are going to close it back again, and we are going to continue to grind our millet rice mixture for 5 minutes. This is how it looks after it's been ground for 5 minutes. Now scrape down the sides, making sure all the millet and rice that has not been ground and sticking to the sides go to the center of the grinder. Again, let us add another 1 cup of water and continue to grind our batter for next 4 to 5 minutes. Like I said, use a kitchen timer to time this. And this is how it looks after 4 to 5 minutes of grinding. Again, scrape down the sides and let us add our next 1 cup of water and cover and grind it for 7 to 9 minutes. So the total time taken to grind our millet and rice mixture is about 20 to 21 minutes. Now if you can see, the millet is ground, that is the millet and rice mixture is ground nicely, and there is a slight grain to it. This is what will give your idlis a very good texture. This is the perfect time to remove our batter. First, I'm going to remove the grinding stone, and I'm going to scrape all the batter from the stone and add it back to this. Again, let us scrape down the sides. If you can see, I'm adding all the scraped batter from my grinding stone to the grinder. Now, at this stage, we are going to add our ground urad dal batter to the millet batter. The next step is a very important step, and this is where many people go wrong, and this is why many people's batter does not ferment well. Adding enough salt is highly essential to ferment your batter very well. For this quantity, I have used 4 teaspoons of salt, and this quantity is about 3 liters approximately. Now go in with your hands and make sure that the urad dal batter and the millet batter is mixed completely and thoroughly. It is believed that the good bacteria in our hands also help in fermentation of the batter. Once you do this, we are going to transfer it into a big bowl. I have taken a 6-liter capacity bowl today because our batter measures 3 liters and it will rise up and double overnight. I prefer fermenting any batter overnight because night times are cooler and therefore over fermentation is less likely to happen. Now if you can see, the batter has risen and doubled in the morning. Let us now continue to mix this completely and thoroughly to avoid further fermentation. Go in and use circular motions to do this. Now that this is done, it is time to make our idlis. I've taken 2 cups of batter in a bowl and let us add half a cup of water. Generally, millet batter tends to thicken over time, so I prefer diluting my batter a little bit before making idlis. Now, your batter must be of pourable consistency, and once you have greased idli plates, place them in a preheated steamer and steam the idli for 8 to 9 minutes. Now, wait for 3 to 4 minutes after the steamer is done. Your idlis are ready. Now, let us make some millet dosa. Heat a dosa tawa, add a ladle of batter and spread it into a thin circle. Now, let us drizzle some oil around the edges. I am drizzling about 2 teaspoons of peanut oil, and once the edges have become golden, let us flip it over. See how beautifully golden dosa looks? And that's it, my friends. Our millet idli and dosa is ready to be eaten. Today I am going to be serving this with piping hot tiffin sambar. Please do try this method and let me know what you think in your comment section. For more recipes, visit tomatoblues.com. We'll meet you all again with another recipe. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.